Hello everyone, this is Dom Sigalas, and today I'm really excited to share with you the world premiere preview of the upcoming SpectraLayers 11. SpectraLayers 11 features industry-leading AI algorithms for unparalleled quality in speech processing and music repair. With this new version, we also have new process chaining, batch processing, and volume envelope control. You can now work ultra-fast with SpectraLayers by having more than 30 audio processes directly available with just one click. On top of this, we have enhanced transit editing and new visualization options. SpectraLayers 11 truly sets a new quality bar in spectral audio editing for music, sound design, restoration, and repair. Now, the official release of SpectraLayers 11 is on the 19th of June, and the grace period has already begun as of the 15th of May. This means that if you purchase SpectraLayers 10 right now, you will be eligible for a free upgrade to SpectraLayers 11 when it gets released. So let's dive in and check out what's new, because I have some really amazing things to show you. The first thing you will notice when you launch SpectraLayers 11 in standalone is the new home screen. With this new home screen, you can get started working straight away. You can create a project, you can open files, or you can open your recent files very quickly. And also, if you want to drop audio into SpectraLayers, you can do this straight into this home screen. The next big change in the user interface that you will see in SpectraLayers 11 is the new modules panel. This gives you instant access to over 30 processes in SpectraLayers. For example, if I want to start processing this audio right here and I want to unmix the chorus, more about this coming up later, I can just click on this process and I immediately have the panel for unmix chorus. If I want to unmix the song, I can go right here, click on it, and immediately I have all the settings for this specific process. Same goes for denoise, for de-reverb. Every process is literally one click away. And the great thing is you can completely customize this modules panel. So if I want, I can go and select to only show the unmixed processes. So for example, unmixed chorus, unmixed drums, levels, mid-side, and so on and so forth. But I can also say I want to just see the utilities in this case, or just see my restoration modules. And if you want, you can even create your custom view. So you can create filters and only select the modules you want to see in this panel. We also have a new improved display panel. The display panel now features a filter at the top to quickly switch between essential settings, all settings, and custom filters, just like the modules panel. You can display a custom selection of settings using the top right menu next to the filter and add your own settings filters. We also have an improved layers panel where you can quickly switch between standard size and compact size to save space by hiding settings such as phase, envelope, and volume. This allows you to export multiple selected layers at once through File, Export Layers in standalone mode, and to drag and drop multiple layers at once from SpectraLayers to the host DAW in ARA mode. All hosts now support drag and drop from SpectraLayers, and you can also drop layers directly to the desktop or file browser. Another new thing is that now each layer has its own envelope toggle button. So for example, let's say I want to add a volume envelope to my snare here. I'm going to activate my envelope, and as you can see, now I have an envelope right here, and I can start clicking and editing, creating a custom envelope just for this specific layer. We also have an improved history panel that now allows you to rename history events by double-clicking on them. And if you want to have more screen real estate to do your processing and your spectral editing, you also have the compact panels view. So if I click on this icon right here, you will see that we get a nice compact view. We'll still see all our processing, our layers, and everything, but we have more room to do our editing. And a quick tip, a very easy way to do this so you can get the ultimate amount of space is by hitting the tab key on your keyboard. The next thing I want to show you that's new in SpectraLayers 11 is the new modules chain. Now this lives right here in the panels, and if I click on it, you will see that now SpectraLayers 11 allows me to drag and drop modules into a chain and process audio straight away with all these different modules. So for example, let's say I want to drop in a gain module, followed by a normalize module, followed by a voice declip and a voice de-reverb. I can create this chain, I can hit apply, and then SpectraLayers will apply all these different processes in series. The great thing is you can do this by dragging and dropping these different modules just like I showed you, or you can click add module and select from the different modules that we have right here. Of course, you can tweak the settings if you want to, and it goes without saying that if you want, you can even save your own presets to reuse in the future. For example, right here, I have my own Dom voiceover processing. I can click on it, and as you can see, I have normalize, voice denoise, voice declip, voice de-reverb, and a VST3 effect, because you can also load VST3 effects in SpectraLayers. And a great thing that you can combine with the modules chain is the new batch process that's now available in SpectraLayers 11. This you can find by going to File, Batch Process, or hit Command B or Control B on PC. And here you can start dropping audio files, and then you can choose a modules chain. For example, as you can see, I have my voiceover right here, and you can process all those files at once using this modules chain. This is a big time saver. Now let's talk a little bit about processing, and we have some really exciting things in SpectraLayers 11. The first being the song unmix process. This has been vastly improved, so now you will get even clearer and more precise unmix options for your vocals, for guitars, bass, drums, all these things. So I can take a full song that sounds like this, and just isolate the vocals, and check out the quality of the vocals now. We share this sweet farewell, we live, we dream on the proclaim our fate. So everything is right there, the reverbs, the delays, it's so precise and so clear. But it doesn't stop there, because with the new improved unmixed song, now we also have the option to unmix sax and brass instruments, which is what I've done in this case. So let me show you. This is a full track, and I've run the unmixed song with the sax and brass separation. So you have way more options now if you want to unmix a song into its separate stems. Next, we have a really exciting new module, and this is the unmix chorus module. Now imagine this, you have extracted the vocals out of a track, but you also want to extract the lead vocal and the backing vocals. This is what the unmix chorus module allows you to do. For example, I have this vocal stem right here. Let's have a listen.
I've waited for this moment for so long, and just rule the game, fade away.
As you can see, we have the lead vocals, but we also have the backing vocals. Let me show you what you can do with the unmix chorus module. So right here, I have done the extraction, and as you can see, we have two layers as a result. The lead vocals, so I can solo it and I can see it, and the backing vocals. So let's go right here and listen to what it did where we have all these vocal harmonies. Let's listen to just the lead vocals. And now let's listen to the backing vocals. Again. With the reverbs, with everything, so we have the lead vocals separated and the backing vocals on a completely different layer. That gives you a lot of possibilities for mastering situation, for remix situations, plenty of room to play with your material. Then we have another unmix module, the unmix crowd noise module. And again, this is super simple to use. This is very useful if you have a live performance that has crowd noise and you want to separate the crowd noise to the actual music, or if you want to make your own adjustments to the level of the crowd noise versus the music. This is very useful if you're mixing a live album, for example. So this is what I've done in this case. I have this track right here, and you will see we have some crowd noise at the beginning. And by applying the unmixed crowd noise, I get the crowd noise only and the music. Now combine this with the new volume envelopes and you can actually automate the crowd noise very easily. So I could easily go to the crowd module, activate my envelope and go here and say, okay, now I want to pull down the crowd noise right here, and maybe in the chorus I want to add a little bit of excitement and I can just introduce it again for a while and then drop it again. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Now I want to show you something that's very exciting, and this is the new voice declip module. This can really save the day if you have voiceovers that are distorted. Let me show you a very extreme example. Let's play this file here.
I got a great response from the players, as I had expected.
So as you can hear, a pretty distorted voiceover. It's not something that you can actually use. And you can actually see this on the waveform right here, that it's completely clipped. Now, let's see what happens if I add the new voice declip module. So all I need to do is just click on it so I can hit apply, and let's see what happens. Let's listen.
I got a great response from the players, as I had expected.
So as you can see, I'm going to undo it.
I got a great response from the players, as I had expected.
Redo it.
I got a great response from the players, as I had expected.
So it's a dramatic difference, and not only you can hear it, but you can also see it in the waveform. So the waveform is completely restored from being like a completely clipped audio file to an audio file that has dynamics with a natural waveform.
I got a great response from the players, as I had expected.
Now let me show you the new and improved voice denoise module. This you can find, of course, in the new modules panel. I'm going to click on voice denoise and you will see that now we have some new options. We have the noise strong. This is very useful if you have lots of complicated noise on your voiceover recordings. So let's listen to this audio file. That's quite a bit of noise. Let's see if we can remove all of it in post-production. And as you can see, we have the traffic noise, we have sirens going on. Let me show you how it sounds. And while I'm at it, I'm going to show you the new loop preview, which is now available in SpectraLayers 11, that allows me to select a section right here, hit the loop selection button, and then hit preview, and I can start tweaking the settings while listening to the audio file without having to hit preview every single time. Really useful. So I'm going to start with a reduction ratio of 0, and we're going to start raising it until we get to the desired result. That's quite a bit of noise. Let's see if we can remove all of it in post-production. That's quite a bit of noise. Let's see if we can remove all of it in post-production. When I'm happy with the settings, I can hit apply and SpectraLayers will process the file. So now let's listen. That's quite a bit of noise. Let's see if we can remove all of it in post-production. We also have a new unmixed mid-side module. Let me show you an example using the standard mode and the expanded mode. In expanded mode, the side content layer is generated in stereo. So first, let's start with the standard mode.
I don't wanna lose that feel. Watch me.
So as you can see, the difference is massive. This unmixed mid-side module with the expanded mode gives you way more options and more control over your side signal. The unmixed drums module has also been improved, and now you can separate the kick, the snare, the hi-hat, and the cymbals. We also have big improvements in the unmix multiple voices module. Now this module is very useful if you have a voiceover that contains several voices, like a podcast for example, and you want to separate those voices into separate layers. So let me show you what you can do now. Let's listen to this file.
Yeah, so it's unless these guys have something different to say.
Well, I mean,
I don't know. I don't. Go ahead,
a sub could memorize a show, basically. I mean, you could not read it all.
So as you can see, we have two different voices and they overlap. So let me show you what you can do now. You can select the first voice to begin with, and then you can register this voice. So I'm going to register this voice and I'm going to call it Tom. And now I can select the second voice right here, and I'm going to register this voice as well. And this way, SpectraLayers 11 learns each voice. So I'm going to hit register voice. I can name the voice if I want to as well. And now I'm going to hit apply, and SpectraLayers will separate the two voices. And now let's have a listen. I'm going to solo Tom first.
Yeah, so it's unless these guys have something different to say. I don't. Go ahead, Joe.
So as you can see, it separates the voices even when they overlap. Let's go to Claire.
Well, I mean, a sub could memorize a show, basically. I mean, you could not
I don't. Go ahead, Joe.
memorize a show, basically. I mean, you could not read it all.
Very useful if you are working on a podcast, let's say, and you want to process each voice separately on its own channel. And of course, it goes without saying that we have many improvements when it comes to the spectral editing capabilities of SpectraLayers. If you've never worked with SpectraLayers before, you can imagine this as Photoshop for audio. So let me show you some of the new spectral features. The first thing I want to show you is that if you now want to make a selection with any of the selection tools, for example, I'm going to use my rectangular selection right here. You can make your selection like this, and before you let go, you can right click on your mouse, or in my case, I like to hit Control on the Mac, and you can set up your fades for the selection, your frequency fade, straight away after you define your selection, which is really fast. We also have a new selection fade and a new selection sharpen tool. So let's say I've made this selection right here and I want to create fades. I can select my selection fade tool and I can start painting right here, and I can create fades to my selection. Or vice versa, if I want to sharpen a selection, I can select the selection sharpen tool, and this way I can introduce sharpening to my selection, like this. We also have the new transfer brush tool. Now this tool is great if you're doing a lot of stem separation and you want to transfer information from one layer to the other. This is great if you find that you have some artifacts and you want to make your stem separation even more precise and perfect. And the way it works is you select your transfer tool, you select the layer that you want to copy from. For example, in this case, I'm going to use my snare, and then you select the target layer. So in this case, I'm going to go to hi-hats. And all you need to do is start painting. So now I'm transferring information from the snare layer to my hi-hats layer. We also have a brand new transient pencil tool. This tool literally allows you to draw transients, allowing you to fix damaged or missing transients or create special sound effects. Let me give you a very quick example. I have this kick drum right here that I have extracted. Let's see how it sounds. And let's say I want to enhance the transient of this kick drum right here because it sounds a little bit muffled. I can literally grab my transient tool right here and I can go here and paint a transient. Let me show you. We also have a new signal generator module. This is the arts and science module. It merges the legacy, tone, noise, and silence generators and now adds a transient generator to deliver even more sound design potential. And we also have a handy reverse module as well. We also have a new downmix channels view. This option provides a single channel view comprising of all the channels at once, maximizing the vertical spectrogram and waveform space to meet your workflow demands. So these are just a few of the new features and improvements in SpectraLayers 11. I hope you enjoyed them. Make sure you save the date, 19th of June, for the official release. I hope you have a great time with SpectraLayers 11, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.